If we want, we can just start from the beginning again.
It's okay. We'll just say everything is standard up to this point. There's been a grave mistake on the production side that the team let us down.
Those. We're not. What are we even paying those guys for?
What are we get? Several people have been fired. We'll have you know. So
yeah, it won't happen again. We've literally cut our staff in half. 50% gone.
50% out the window. Those guys.
50% staff. 50%.
And to think we paid them $1 too.
Just $1. There's no amount of time associated with $1. It's just $1.
We just paid them $1.
It's a upfront type thing. All right, so
maybe I'll just speed through it real fast so everyone can see. Speed through standard stuff.
So if you want to mention that MaNa did that little gas before gate thing, I think it was the only.
That's pretty much the only thing.
Yep.
MaNa went gas before gate. There, I said it.
There you go.
I came out with it. And it makes sense because he's going double Stargate, so he just wants the extra gas, which is nice. But he goes double. I just noticed it when we were a little further ahead. He's about to go double Stargate. But double gas, yeah. So MaNa even gets double gas on his natural really fast, which makes sense because he's going double Stargate. Namshar goes for a super fast layer, so probably the fast hydras, which we've seen in a few of our other big brain casts. If you get the fast layer, it either means fast hydras or something weird. Like I think we saw lame laser go for the fast layer and play the Nidus Worm all in. The lame laser Nidus Worm all in. But anyways.
So we know Namshar knows for sure there's at least one Stargate. Does he have any indicator that it could be 2 Stargates at this point? Or how would he figure that out?
It's very unlikely, because I don't even think he saw the gas timings at the natural for MaNa. If you see them early, if you see the gases really early at the natural, like MaNa threw them down, you can start getting suspicious. You still don't know for sure, but you can start, you start looking out for this.
Right.
But as of right now, Namshar knows nothing, and it's pretty much that way when you get Phoenix first. It's hard to know shit.
Gotcha. And even this is right now he sees the Phoenix Oracle, and this is standard from 1 Stargate, right?
Completely standard. So MaNa playing well, playing tricky, like nothing's up. Did MaNa lose the Oracle?
He did lose the Oracle. Yep.
How did that happen? Oh shit. Oh, he tried to sneak out, but the Queens were like, nope, I'm not getting out.
Yeah. Surprised he didn't just go straight up the middle.
He probably thought he could sneak away out the side, but okay. So lose the Oracle, not great, but not the biggest deal since he's getting lots of Phoenix. MaNa stops at 16 probes at each mineral line. Double Stargate Phoenix. Should build another Phoenix. Build another Phoenix MaNa. Okay. Namshar with the fast Hydras. I don't think it's going to be an all-in though. He's already got 60 drones. And I think Namshar is a pretty macro-heavy player. But it seems like Namshar's got a pretty good build for the fact that he's facing Mass Phoenix. Blindly getting the fast Hydra done. So this should be okay for Namshar. MaNa following up with the double Robo. That's a pretty normal follow-up to double Phoenix, I'd say.
So is it just going to be a lot of Phoenix and a lot of Mortals?
Pretty much. It's like you build a bunch of Phoenix and you play standard afterwards, but everything's delayed, obviously.
Right.
So the Phoenix have to do enough damage so that first of all, they have to buy time for you to get back into the standard play and get up Immortals and be able to hold your third, which they almost always buy time because 10 Phoenix or whatever he has is going to buy time, right? So you got to buy time and get damage done to be worth it. To be worth it. So let's see how much. The fact that Namshar already has Hydras out, you normally don't have Hydras out yet if you don't go this fast for a layer. There's a lot of builds in which you wouldn't have Hydras out yet, but maybe he can minimize the damage.
Yeah, it looks like right now we already see the Hydras benefiting a lot.
Oh wow, he already has so many Hydras.
Right.
This is great for Namshar.
normally with this many Phoenix, you, at least on the initial push, right, you get quite a few drones potentially, but he got 2. That was it, I think.
It's pretty interesting. He waited for 8 Phoenix. Sometimes you see players go with 5 or 6, but he waited for 8. Which I think is great if Namshar isn't doing this build.
Yeah.
But
it would have.
I wonder. Yeah.
I was gonna say, but yeah, especially because he didn't scout the double Stargate. So normally, but like you said, not in this situation.
What were you saying?
Nope, that was it.
Okay. I'm sorry, it might be. I didn't. Okay. Well, anyways, let's play through this game a little quickly, like we've been doing.
Sure.
And then go back. Namshar's got a good drone count. These Phoenix really haven't gotten enough done yet. Let's see. They've gotten a bit done, but I'd say not enough. I'd say Namshar's a bit ahead here. Just killing. So he's killed like 700 more resources than his opponent, but his Phoenix army is worth at least, let's see, 250 resources each. So his Phoenix army right now is worth 1750. So unless they will get more done, but they need to get a bit more done for MaNa to be even, to get ahead. So yeah, they haven't gotten enough done.
Right, it's not looking like he's able to find any gaps. And so if you're in Namshar's position, right, at this point, there's a lot of Phoenix, and you're already anticipating what MaNa's going to be doing next. What do you do to get ahead of MaNa if you're Namshar?
Well, he's already ahead, but there's actually, you can either follow up. I said most of the time you'll follow up standard. You can also follow up with carriers, which people do sometimes, like at 8 Phoenix carriers. I don't know if Namshar knows which follow up is coming, but I guess he's assuming the standard follow up is coming.
Okay.
But pretty much you just play however you would normally play a Zerg from this point. I like what Namshar is doing. He's building up to 77 drones. Sometimes you'll stop at like 70 or 65. But the fact that he sees all those Phoenix means that MaNa ain't attacked. As to your question, you can build more drones than you normally would because the Phoenix means no ground attack for a while.
I think you cut out for the first half of that sentence.
The Phoenix means no ground attack for a while, so it's safe to get up a higher drone count than you normally would, like 77.
Gotcha.
Namshar's that. I would even be fine with him getting up to 80, 85 before building units.
And should Namshar have more of a map presence, or is he pretty much fine at this point?
This is fine. Namshar is doing a good job. He should probably have figured out whether it's carriers or not, but because it's not carriers, he's fine.
Well,
he doesn't like. He's doing the good player where, yes, normally you want scouting information, but he's seen the Phoenix, he knows he's safe. Like, yeah, I think it's fine. I think he's playing very well so far. He's already almost.
Yep.
I'm surprised he's not. I'm surprised he's just going Hydras actually. Like I was saying, the main thing is Zerg you think about when you're playing against a bunch of Phoenix is that they can't attack you for a really long time. So I guess Namshar is going to start getting really aggressive here, since he's not building any tech. So he's saying, "I think your Phoenix didn't get enough done. I think I can just kill you here if I keep
he's maxed out. This is the time
Hydras.
to do
it." Yep. So that's Namshar's plan. See, MaNa's got a lot of Templar out, so this will be a tough hold, but I think doable. Let's see what happens. I didn't watch this series beforehand. Oh man, that's scary. Oh, nice force field.
Nice storms, but I don't think it's enough with this army right here.
Right. He has another army on the right side. He's gonna need to bring over. He's gonna bring it over now. Yep. So yeah, that fourth base is dead.
So the success of this push is I'm not sure, would you say a result of just the Phoenix not getting, what they were supposed to do? Like,
yeah, Yeah, I think Namshar was definitely ahead, and he decided to use that advantage to go for this push. So,
Right.
okay, infestation pit going down now, but I think it could have gone down a lot sooner. Like as he's pushing, this could be done already. I think there's no reason for late, but that's okay. That's fine. It's not too big a deal if
Where
Namshar
is the
wants to keep
infestation pit?
in the main.
Oh, all those overlords.
Yeah.
Camouflage. Nice.
So let's see. Namshar's going to keep pushing, splitting up his units. I guess it's not too bad that the infestation pit is late. It's really up to the Zerg when they want to tech.
Mm-hmm.
But if the later they tech, that means the more they're going to have to trade their units out. Like the more they're going to have to do attacks if they're not teching. So Namshar is like is basically saying his attacks will be efficient enough that he doesn't need to tech yet. But we'll see if that's true. Man. Dang, this is gonna barely hold. Wow. Yeah, that was really bad for Namshar.
I think that's about I mean, when Namshar pushed, he was almost maxed,
Mm-hmm.
and
He was. I think he was. Yeah.
yeah, MaNa's still pretty much at the same supply here.
Wow, really good trades for MaNa. All right. So. Wow, Namshar built a lot of lings. That's kind of interesting. Oh, they're gonna get stormed so hard. Oh my God, they get the full surround. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible for MaNa. Oh man, that's pretty unlucky.
Lings everywhere. That's nice.
Dang.
So that went from good for Namshar at the very beginning of that game, like the beginning of the game. Then he had that bad engage. So are they even now? Is Namshar ahead?
Namshar is ahead. MaNa's fourth base is not even. It should be
true.
have done. Yeah. And also Namshar is gonna have those broodlords out soon. Oh wait, my mom. Hi, Mom. Okay, I love my mom, but I'm gonna close the door. Hold on.
Hey. Hi, Martz. I'm not coaching. It's not a part of my job. Max is the analyst here. And
okay.
Speaking of Max, he's back.
Door is closed. Moms have been shut out.
Wow. Cut out of your life.
Alright. So, yeah, I think the broodlords are gonna come in. Namshar is just gonna win. So let's see. This is the longest game I think we've casted, by the way.
I think so. Like, just the game in itself.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh, lag. Yeah. Yeah, there's just no way for MaNa. He's getting 2 Tempests out.
Yeah. I think he killed one
base
base with that push, right? But it wasn't even... I don't even think it was
I didn't
mining.
even... Did he? I didn't see.
I think it was the one in the middle.
90. Dang, look at Namshar's drone count. Yeah, there's no way you beat a Zerg who's got full economy when you're only on 3 base. And they have broodlords. It just doesn't happen. Okay, yeah. Really good play from Namshar. I like it.
So, I think if we look at what happened in the early game, the Mass Phoenix, Namshar, I don't think he explicitly, was taking into account double Stargate because he didn't even know at that point. But, for whatever reason, he got the Hydras fast, and that help them win out the early game. And then we have that first big engage, I think, which is where things start to really go in Namshar's favor.
So let's. I don't think Namshar knew the double Phoenix was coming, but maybe let's just keep an eye on what he can see. I think he was just doing that blind, like you. Let's rewatch and see if there's anything that tipped him off. I don't think there was.
Because if he somehow figured it out with the info, like something he saw, then that would make a lot more sense. That'd be, but not. Well, I shouldn't say a lot more sense because I can understand why he'd do it regardless. But
yeah. Nah, Namshar doesn't. He doesn't even see the gases go down. So
right.
So Namshar is doing this blind. If he saw the gases go down, I'd say like maybe he was accounting for this, but. So yeah, this is a perfectly reasonable build. It's a good build from Zerg. But it happens to be really good versus what MaNa was doing. So I'd say a good build from Namshar. If MaNa is going for glaive depths, for instance, this isn't good, really. Because you want roaches versus glaive depths or Ling Baneling. The layer doesn't really help with anything. It might still be okay versus glaive depths, actually, if you see it coming early. But it's probably not the best build versus glaive depths. But I think so. Namshar throws the Hydra Den as soon as it's done. I think Hydra Den right away.
Yep.
Pretty much right away. Yeah. Okay. So just, I think that's a pretty lucky build from Namshar. Maybe not lucky. Maybe he's been studying MaNa. He thought he'd do this, but
that's true.
A favorable build for Namshar, I'll say. So MaNa waits for these. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Go back a bit. So MaNa waits for 8 Phoenix, which is interesting. I mean, and it makes sense because he's kept it completely hidden, and normally a lot of Zergs will, if they don't know what's coming, blindly build roaches because Archon drop is the most popular option. So if Namshar had built roaches, expecting the standard Archon drop, then
this would be great.
MaNa would be in excellent position. Namshar goes for these Hydras.
He'd just come out of left field with 8 Phoenix and just clear,
exactly.
Probably clear a whole mineral line or something.
Yeah, it would be really great. Kill all the roaches for free if they try to attack. So let's see. Namshar builds 10 Hydralisks. They pop at about 550.
And I believe he sends them all to his third. If I remember
Map hacks. Map hacks.
Because even at this point, he doesn't know.
So 550 is right around the time where protosses will start being aggressive. Some protosses, like 530, 540 is around when the Archon drop hits. I think around the same time as when glaive depths will come, maybe slightly earlier for the glaive depths. But anyways, these are well-timed 10 Hydras because almost every protoss will have something aggressive at this point. I think if MaNa's doing the things some protosses do with the charge lot Archon all in, then he'll die using his build and with no scouting. But I think otherwise Namshar's build is pretty tight. But it happens to be these Phoenix. The Hydras are perfectly timed. I can understand why MaNa would wait until the 8 Phoenix because like I said, the roach thing with the Archon drop. If the Zerg doesn't know what's coming, they'll usually build roaches. So this would normally be a great position. But yeah, I can't really fault MaNa for waiting for 8 Phoenix. Makes a lot of sense. Like he could go in with 6, but it's fine. This is fine. Maybe go in with 6 is another option. But nothing wrong with this.
Right.
Just got a bit unlucky. Alright. So from here, MaNa's at a disadvantage. Namshar sticks with, it looks like, these 15 Hydras. and just drones up a bunch. Let's see. So this is really good play from Namshar. He just builds the bare minimum. He builds these 15 Hydras that he thinks will deal with the double Phoenix. And then he just goes drone, 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 drone. So he's just got the bare minimum number of units here to keep the Phoenix from doing any damage early. So then, yep, a few more Hydras. If he saw the third, I think he could even not build these extra Hydras. He could keep building drones to 77, which is what he stops at. But here he goes, 12 more drones. I guess he was just waiting for his fourth to finish, because there's no point in building drones before fourth is finished. Because there's nowhere for them to mine, so that's fine. Yeah, the drones finish right at the right. Okay, yeah, that's good. I approve. I approve, I'm sure.
So I think
yeah, they get through. Go ahead.
I was gonna say from pretty much this point until the next big push, not really much interaction. I think between the two players, they're just kind of doing their thing.
Not much interaction, but Namshar is still gaining the advantage because the Phoenix didn't. Absolutely. The Phoenix didn't do nearly enough. Whoops! Oh fuck! Oh my goodness! So I'd say this is really solid play from Namshar. Really solid build to defend against double Stargate. I wonder why Namshar is, or why MaNa isn't building probes right now. What does MaNa think?
So building 59 probes.
Oh, he's just getting his gates up, I think. Okay, that's fine. And he's gonna go back to probing as soon as all his gates are up, hopefully. Hopefully? MaNa should go back to probing, yeah. Okay, so that's a thing good protosses do sometimes. Is that they'll cut production at about here, where like their third is partially saturated, throw up their production, and then rebuild probes, and that way it times out so that once all the production is done, you'll have the perfect amount of money to like start using your production.
Like right off the bat.
Right. So it's a little confusing, but like what you do is you cut probes, throw up all your production at once, and then building the probes to fully saturate your third will cost some money, so your money will stay low during that time. And then once it's fully saturated, then your gates are done, so then you're spending your money on units. Wow. So it's like you spend it's really cool. I studied like partying or something, and I learned this trick a while ago. You'll see a bunch of good protoss players. Cut probes, throw up the production, build probes so that you're spending money on probes, and then you'll be fully saturated right when your production finishes. The idea, so you'll have the perfect amount of. So
like it's economics course in StarCraft.
Yeah, it's a really great technique. Yeah, that's good stuff. Like sometimes you don't want to do it if you don't think you're going to get attacked. You don't really need to do it. You can just keep probing. But if you want the units out earlier and still have a good it's really good stuff by MaNa. You'll see like almost every Korean player add their gateways that way. Cut probes. Cut probe is at like partial saturation on one of their bases. By the time the base is finished, or by the time the gateways are finished, the base will be perfectly saturated. So, okay, so Namshar opting for, he gets up to 77 drones. That's fine. Like, I think that's the least you should get if you're going against double Phoenix, because it's likely more drones will die, and also you just like I think that's the best way to get an advantage versus Stargate, is that they can't attack you. So unless you're going to go for some all-in, which I think is silly, the way to get the advantage is exactly what Namshar is doing. I would even get, like, depending on what you're doing, you can get 85, like I was saying. Get even more.
So you're saying while you're sitting comfortable, take that time, get the drone count up. If you end up losing drones, it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt you that much.
Exactly, and you'll just get more income, obviously.
Right. Cool.
So yeah, Namshar's play is really solid. I have to go pretty soon, so I guess I'll speak.
All right.
We picked the long game.
Yeah.
Actually. Okay. So Namshar is ahead. He decides to use his advantage, like we were saying. These. Oh, I like that he gets 2-2. Okay. Another thing I like is that he gets these 2-2 upgrades. Not every Zerg gets 2-2 upgrades, but again, for the double Phoenix, you're not going to get attacked on the ground for a while, so you might as well spend extra money. Especially for the style Namshar is going, where he just keeps putting Hydras and Banelings and tries. It's really smart getting. Yeah, good stuff to Namshar. These Phoenix just can't do anything. That's how many Hydras there.
Right.
So yeah, Namshar is pretty much maxed here, so right here I really wouldn't mind at all. Even earlier, if you threw down the invitation pit, it's just, I don't think it's expensive. 100, 100, that's really cheap. So Namshar at any point after he built his, like he got up to the 77 drone count, he could have built the infestation pit. Yeah, I'd say it'd be fine. But Namshar knows that MaNa can't have too many units because of the double Phoenix. He knows he should be ahead, so he decides to spend a bunch of money on the Hydraling Bane, which is smart, I think. He's probably played these games tons of times, so he knows that there's a very high chance he can kill the protoss here or gain an advantage with the attack. And MaNa's pretty much been doing. Yeah, he's just been playing standard, so I don't know. MaNa's been playing fine. He's been doing his best considering he's behind. One thing he could have done better is seen this attack coming. Actually, no, he sees the units. He knows this attack is coming. So he's got the spotter zealot. Let's see, I'm looking at his vision right now. He's got decent vision. He's got like most of the attack packs covered. The observer covers this attack path. The zealot on the right covers the right attack path. So I'd say for MaNa, I'm not sure if there's much he could have done better. His defense looks pretty solid. Like his setup, he's got cannons on the right, shield battery. He's got his main army at the left. So yeah, I don't know if MaNa could have done much better than this.
Should he try to bring his units from the right side towards the main army?
Yeah. So if he was really paying attention to his observer and the fact that no units are coming from the right, and if his zealots on the right isn't seeing anything.
Right, and he has Phoenix kind of in that area as well.
Yeah, so if he's really thinking about it, he should bring his army to the right over. But I don't know. Zerg is scary. You're always scared of coming. I don't blame him, but he definitely should have tried to. So let's see how this engage goes. He only has 3 Templar with this army. That probably hurts this fight. I would say that wasn't the best engagement on MaNa. Like, all his zealots just kind of went to the left and died.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pretty nice.
It keeps the Hydras back.
He got pretty lucky too that there were no Banelings on the left side.
Right.
So this is actually a pretty good fight for MaNa. I'll take it back. This was like about as good as he could have hoped for, considering how. Gets another juicy storm. But he definitely, if he had these 4 Templar from the right earlier, maybe he. I wonder what. Yeah.
Right.
These Phoenix are.
Because there's an Immortal over there. There's a few Zealots. There's actually 2 Immortals on the right side. 4 High Templar,
MaNa.
yeah. Maybe.
He's just so scared.
Yep. Even now, still not moving any of those units. Which I guess now the fight's over, so I understand. But
So yeah, loses the 4th. Bam. So after you lose the 4th and Zerg has like massive economy, the Zerg is at a huge. You can still win for sure, but Namshar is doing it really well. He should throw down his infestation pit a bit faster. If I had one critique, I do think that The infestation pit is 100-100. So cheap. Just throw down.
Right, he's got more than enough money at no point.
Right.
Probably just
Like,
something that slipped his mind.
I understand he wants to keep going for these Hydra attacks. He probably thinks he can win the game off the back of these Hydra attacks. But the building is 100.
A penny saved is a penny earned.
That's the cost of 1 Hydra and 2 Zerglings. I don't think that's going to change anything.
You never know, Max.
Wait, I'm so wrong. That's not 1 Hydra, 2 Zerglings. Okay, sorry, go ahead. That's the cost of shit. Well, anyways.
How much is
I dug myself into a hole. It's 150.
Whoops.
Yeah.
We were a bit off if you erase
the
some
cost
zeros.
It's cheap, okay?
It's cheap. It's cheap.
Get off my case.
What we're trying to say is Namshar's got a lot of money. The building's cheap. You should get it.
Yes, Namshar. And Brutal Lords are the thing that ends the game. A great thing about throwing the infestation pit down earlier, I'm no expert on Zerg, but this is what I think, is that you throw down the infestation pit earlier, and there's less pressure on you to have to get damage done with these. Because like Namshar is pretty much staying maxed on Hydras. He's at 185 on Hydra Linger now, which means he has to get something done with the Hydras. You get the infestation pit faster. You don't have to play this mid game as long.
Right.
The Brood Lords come faster. It's just it's all good. It's better.
Right. I mean, I think it's just a logical thing to do it. You're obviously clear your head, right? You're doing a lot of damage with this push. MaNa is making units literally just to stay alive, just to counter what you have. In this case, he's just making High Templar Immortals. So, why not take this time? Of course, get one step ahead and definitely secure your lead, if not the win at that point.
Damn, that's so many Hydras. It's so scary. That's so scary.
Yeah, it's surprising. I think Namshar loses this fight, right? He loses this pretty hard.
Yeah, let's see. Damn.
I think he spreads himself a little too thin there, is what happened.
So he had a bunch of units. He was going to go in on the right and use the Zerglings on the left to take out the 4th. But even though there's no 4th, he keeps the units on the right. I think this is unnecessary, but understandable. Because
you're saying this was a push just not... He didn't want to commit to this. As you poke in, send in the Lings, back off on the right side, and you've done your job.
Yeah. So I think if he had thrown down the infestation pit faster, he doesn't need to make a move because the Brood Lords are coming out faster. Don't need to trade as much. But because the infestation pit and the hive and the spire, as Zerg, you kind of need to trade off your because they'll get weaker and weaker. But also understandable, my Namshar, because just from his point of view, like this Protoss army looks pretty weak.
Right.
As Zerg, I might think I could take that Protoss army also. So.
Right. If he feels like he's that far ahead, why not just trade?
Yeah, it happens. I can understand it. It looks like a fight Namshar maybe could have won. MaNa just barely holds with like no storms left.
Yeah, that second storm right there at the end.
Like that was his. Namshar was really close to just ending the game there. It's tempting. It makes sense. Can't fault Namshar for that too much. Just a lapse in judgment. Like I would have made the same lapse in judgment.
Sounds like he needed some milk.
Yeah, he probably needed. So yeah, now after his trades have gone really bad, like now the unit's lost half. Now he throws down the spire. If this was sooner, it would be really good. When the Protoss is on 3 base only, it's really hard to have Tempest, whatever you need this Brood Lords.
Right.
So if you're ahead and you deny the 4th Lords, GG Lord for sure. It's almost nothing. So I'd say this game is pretty over it. Well, it's not like I think MaNa's one chance here is to kill him before Brood Lords, but
and he does do a valiant push deep. But
oh man, this is so bad.
Oh yeah, this part right here.
That's so brutal. And the Lings get in. Oh my gosh.
Things get everywhere.
And the Phoenix lift them, but don't kill anything. Pushes with the V, so let's kill the hatchery. So let's
Not today.
As a 3-base Protoss with 43 probes, you're not going to win going carrier versus someone with full economy.
I think this is when he goes for his push.
So let's see. He builds a 4th, which is anyways, which I mean he's gonna win. The GG Lords are halfway done.
So this would have been his windows. What you're saying? This would have been MaNa's window,
right?
In the past 2 minutes, 3 minutes to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was gonna do that before he lost the High Templar. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe. Losing 6 High Templar is pretty bad. It turns out. It's really hard to push out. He only has 3 High Templar.
Right. I think he just lost another 2 High Templar on the right side.
Dang. Yeah, this is a rough position. It's really rough. Like Namshar gets up to 92 drones. So brutal. That's so brutal. Basically, if you think the Protoss doesn't have a large enough armor, which he definitely doesn't because he lost all the Stormers,
right?
You can just build drones as Zerg, and that's exactly what Namshar is doing. It's up to 92.
So at this point, is there any way for MaNa? He missed his window, right? Pretty much. You know, what do you do? Like, what is your? Do you have any? You know, anything you can do?
No.
I mean, I know you can still try, right? Maybe you get a sick engage like that, like what happened earlier, the big engage before this. You know, maybe something happens, but
yes. So the one thing there's a few things you can do. One, which is kind of funny, is build a Dark Shrine and hope for the best.
That's true. Did he build a Dark Shrine this game? I don't.
No, he
no,
didn't.
he didn't. Yeah.
So maybe he puts up a little more to resist. He gets the Dark Shrine, kills like 10 drones. Another thing you can do is if you know the Broodlords are coming soon and you're trying to stall to get your air units out, if you keep your army on the map so the Broodlords have to stay back, you can buy time that way.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of rough because the Zerg will just counterattack you if you haven't like pushed them back properly. So like if you push out in such a way that there's no way for the Zerg to get around your army, that'll help versus counterattacks.
Right. And MaNa has not been able to leave his base at all.
So I guess I'll take it back. MaNa, if he somehow manages to get if he manages to get maxed out, he can come back. Like maxing out his Protoss gives you a fair chance versus any race. But yeah. So now he goes for the push, but it's too late. The Broodlord he like pushes that at the worst possible time, right?
Right when the Broodlord's finished. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really brutal.
I wonder if he actually. Oh, so he sees the Broodlords building.
The Broodlords.
The Broodlords building.
The Booty Lords.
The Booty Lords. The big. Well, so he sees that with the edge of his reserve. I wonder if that's why he pushes. Like he just does this Hail Mary thing. Like, maybe. You know, I can. So he sees the morphine.
Observer.
Yeah, and maybe he's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm sure he probably realizes he's already dead, but he's like, all right, if I'm gonna go, just go now. Try. Maybe I'll catch him, and something happens.
Yeah. Yeah. When you see the Corruptor, sometimes you do just panic. As Protoss, you're like, shit, there's Corruptors. It's over. I gotta push.
Yeah.
But yeah, in this case, he was too far behind. I guess a Phoenix could have tried to help. They're not doing anything.
The story of this game is the Phoenix did nothing.
Yeah. The Phoenix sucks.
Yeah.
And then he tries to kill the Broodlords, but probably knew it wasn't gonna work. Yeah, so I guess the two ways MaNa could have tried to come back after the opener is to just so after he loses his 4th, I'd say he's close to dead. If he can get that 4th up, then it's like an even-ish game. But after he loses the fourth, he either needs to like push and kill him before Broodlords, or try to camp and get a maxed out army and like stall the Zerg as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I think either way, he's like pretty toasted. You lose.
Oh, you cut out.
I said you lose more than 9 times out of 10 when you're in that bad
Gotcha.
of position.
Gotcha. Yeah.
EU Protoss XVII saying stuff in chat.
Yes.
MaNa didn't do this when he got this fourth. Travis got booty on his mind. Travis got booty on his mind for sure.
Thanks, Travis. Glad you got my back here.
I got your booty, Travis.
Oh, thanks. Big brain, big booty.
Big booty casting.
Big booty
SC2.
casting. New, changing the name right now.
Okay. So we'll speed through it one more time, but I think Namshar just played that out really solidly. And MaNa, one more thing we can think about is any other possible ways MaNa can come back. But after the unlucky openings, Namshar had a lead and he really killed it. He played really well after that. Double Phoenix.
And I'm wondering, does MaNa see any indicator that he doesn't even see anything that would indicate Namshar thinks this is a double Phoenix? So he's like, okay, I'm in the clear, right? Like I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm just gonna keep these Phoenix at home. Gonna come in, catch him by surprise, and it's gonna be a good day for me.
You know that's a good point actually. If MaNa had scouted how early the layer was, if he saw the layer timing, he probably would have knew Hydra build. So that's actually a good point. If you see the layer, you probably go in with like first 6 Phoenix instead of your first 8, and actually get a few drone like he did. So maybe that is one thing MaNa could have done better.
Gotcha.
He probably still would have been behind, but maybe he gets a few extra drones. Maybe not. Like you see the layer. If you see the Hydra timing, you go earlier. The Hydra den, you go earlier for sure. You see the layer, you probably want to go. So yeah, if I ever do that build, I will do that. I'll look for the layer timing. That's actually a really good point. I think MaNa could have done a lot better.
Something you could have looked for potentially.
Yeah. You see the layer timing. It's usually Hydras when you get a faster layer. You just go in. You go in earlier because
then you at least get something done, and then you maybe don't commit as much into. You don't keep putting stuff into Phoenixes or whatever.
Yeah, maybe you even stop at 6 instead of 8. Good point. So okay, MaNa's behind. He does a Korean projection trick. He's trying to pump out Immortals. He sees a bunch of Hydras. Yeah. Throws down his 4th at a reasonable time. Yeah, so if MaNa gets up the 4th, he's back. He's like in the game. MaNa can't get up the 4th, he's out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like basically what it is at this point. So is there anything he could have done better? This 4th. He gets the 4th, he's in. He doesn't get the 4th, he's out.
And he loses the 4th with that first big push, right? By Namshar. So I mean, if we want to like go out on a limb, I would say he saves that 4th if he uses his Phoenix to realize in addition to the Zealot he has over on the right, and he just does a really quick clear out, like, okay, there's no units on the right side, pulls everything together, ends up holding the 4th, and maybe he's still he doesn't come out ahead, but at least he's in a much better position than he was before, as opposed to losing the 4th, right?
Yep, I'd go so far as to say that as soon as he loses the 4th, he's pretty much out of the game.
Yeah.
But so he could have like one thing you do is you like put zealots around a little far from your base, like the zealot on the right, just to check the other attack paths. Like you were saying, if he checks the other, like he has the right covered, but if he has the other attack path covered,
Like
then you
in
just
front
send
of
all.
the main base or
Yeah,
outside
then
the
you
map,
just
kind of.
exactly. Then you send all your units.
Right. Then you know for sure. Then you know, like you're pretty much 100% sure at that point, and then you can. So at this point, he knows, right? Did he see the army? I assume he saw the army come to the left side with an observer or something.
He saw it somehow, and he just saw the rocks go.
Okay.
So he knows something is coming. Is there any way you could have taken this engagement better? Like the Immortal should be coming back now. The Phoenix are jacking off on the right, so maybe they should.
Yeah, if he had just pulled this Phoenix straight across, it would have. I don't think they maybe help clean up, you know, at the end of the fight there, because I don't think they do anything this entire fight. They just sit here.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe you leave the probes back or the Phoenix to kill drone.
Right, let's play this fight real quick just to see what happens. What he does with the Phoenix and
what if he could have done anything better.
Yeah. Okay, so the
honestly,
Phoenix are doing nothing.
Yeah, the Phoenix should. Oh, I think the Phoenix are actually scouting to see if any attacks are coming on the right hand side.
Okay, but a little, just a tad bit late. Looks like.
Yeah. Maybe he had the right idea here. Yeah, 3 Stormers to cover the whole army. If he has 6 Templar here, maybe some shield batteries at his 4th would help too. But he had his whole army. He thought he could hold. This is honestly one of close to the best fight he could have forward. Zealots are going right where they're like, what you want. He gets great force fields down, and Banelings eat the storms. The Zealots are buying time on the left.
Immortals just pound away.
He needs to pull his High Templar from his 3rd base yesterday. It takes a lot of APM during the fight, though, to
That is true.
So it's hard to do, especially when you have the force field.
Right, he's got a force field, storm, pull back again. I get that.
It's really hard, but that's the only way you.
Right, but even now, I don't think none of those units in his right have moved.
Yeah, so if you imagine he has 2 Immortals and it looks like 4 extra storms in the fight, there's a very high chance he can hold.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think it's just a MaNa being out of position here. Also, one little way you can get an advantage is while Zerg is attacking you to send, if you have any adepts for whatever reason, he has 2 3rd. If you have the APM, to just send them into someone's mineral line while the fight's going on.
Right.
This is. Yeah, but man has so much time to pull his units from his 3rd. Oh man, he really needs that 4th base. Oh MaNa. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, so at this point he just gives up the 4th.
He might not have even realized he had those because now he's.
Yeah, maybe he's like, oh shoot, just didn't even cross his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if you had that army and the Phoenix.
He's going double forward.
Phoenix probably don't do that much, but I'm sure they would have helped a little.
There's still a fuck ton of hiders.
Yeah.
35 hiders.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, that's a tough hold, but that's the hold you got to make if you want to get back in the game.
Right.
Because MaNa was behind.
Right.
The main thing was his army was out of position. He took a really good fight, but it didn't have his whole army.
Yep. So now it's gone from, you know, by him not taking with his whole army, now it's pretty much a nail in the coffin, losing that 4th, it looks like.
Yep. So I'd say MaNa was behind, but in a playable position, because he only built 8 things, which is by him. He saw the Hydras. So MaNa's one chance to come back was to get his 4th up. He was caught out of position with a lot of his army. Even with all of his army there, it would have been a tough hold.
Yeah.
But yeah, you really got to know where Zerg is trying to defend for base protoss. You have to have zealots like the one he had on the right. He had another one at the bottom. Yeah, that's all stuff you got to do.
Right. If he has, again, just nitpicking, but if he has just that one zealot, I can't ping it, but you know, right outside the main ramp in the middle.
Yep.
Then he knows for sure. He knows 100% nothing's coming.
Yep.
And maybe just leave, you know, he has 2 cannons at the third. Maybe just leave a High Templar there, you know, just in case the Ling Run comes out, I can understand. But
yeah, one Templar is probably plenty. That's a good point. So yeah, really well played by Namshar. Yeah, unlucky builds for MaNa. MaNa a little out of position. That's all it takes when you're already a bit behind in Zerg's doing this monster attack.
Right.
You really got to play perfectly once you're a little behind, and Zergs are getting aggressive. This is really hard to come. I don't blame MaNa for losing this game at all. It's really hard to stop this push.
Yeah.
This is a tough ass push to stop.
Even after that hold, he's just got such a huge ball of units here. It's insane.
So, man, GG. I guess MaNa didn't counterattack at all this game with a.
That's true.
It's kind of hard to though. Like, Namshar's Hydras were the whole game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I think both players played well, but MaNa just barely, just a little behind and a little out of position is all it took for him that game.
Agreed.
All right, that was fun.
All right, and hopefully the next time we are live, we'll have access to those Valencia replays.
Yeah, baby.
And we'll do some cool stuff with that.
See some has everyone.
Yeah, everyone's dying to see. I'm not gonna. Have you watched the series?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you know what happens.
Yep, it's something. Something happens for sure.
Something happens. Every game of StarCraft, there's always something happening. Who would have thought?
Man, those StarCraft players so good. Always up to something.
Always making units or moving them around. But yeah. So that was our cast for today. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm that guy Travis, and that other guy will say.
And this was Husky.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was day 9. I am day 9. I was day. I'm not day 9.
You was, and you continue to be day 9.
I was, and I continue to be. And does Husky have an outro?
Thanks for watching, and
stay Husky, boys.
That's right.
All right. Good
Bye.
night.